As you can see, as with all Linkstyle products, it's the perfect pairing of simplicity meeting functionality. Just simple, plain white. This is the box that it comes in right here. Again, very simple. And for today's video, we are going to go over some questions and reviews that we received just to clear up some of the questions that we had. Mainly with the setup of the sensors as just a Bluetooth device, and then also when it's paired with the hub for full remote access via Wi-Fi instead of Bluetooth, what that looks like in the app, which we have up right here, as you can see. Let me just zoom in a bit. I guess I can't. So there's the app right here. So this is the home page. Right now we have no devices added, so we're going to start from scratch here. So also setting notifications. Again, that does require the use of a Nexo hub, which we will be setting up as well. And then also for placement of the sensors in your potted plants. In the background here, we have a few different sizes of pots, so we'll go over that as well. And the refresh rate of the sensors data with the Linkstyle app also, we will be going over. So again, just to start, let's start with the packaging. So as we can see here, these are the data points that are available from the app, from the sensor. So you have your moisture, your temperature, your battery. Here's a photo of the image. It's almost the same size as the actual product. Here we have a QR code for the Linkstyle community. And here we have some specs for the device. So let's start here. So first of all, oops. The protocol for the device, the wireless protocol, is Bluetooth 4.0. Let me get that clear for you. The compatible operating systems are Android 4.1 or 4.4 or higher, and iOS 7.0 or higher. The soil moisture range is 0% to 100%, and the working temperature range is 14 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or -10 to 60 degrees Celsius. It is powered by 2 AAA batteries, which are not included. So let's go ahead and start the setup. So as you can see here, I have numbered these 2 devices. And when we actually name the devices, I'll indicate why it's important for the numbering as well. So you can choose to do this or not. If you get more than one sensor, I would recommend numbering them first, and then as you name them, you can just incorporate that number with the naming. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's start with number 1. First step is to remove the back cover on the device. You see there's a small slit there, so you can simply put your fingernail and take that off, very easy. And you can see it has the direction for the AAA batteries. Please make sure you put them in the proper direction or it won't function. You can see as soon as you put the batteries in, that green light starts to flash. That indicates that it is in pairing mode. You don't want to close the back cover just yet. You want to finish pairing it first. So let me put the batteries in number 2 as well. There we go. And again, you'll see now they both have flashing green lights, which indicates it's in pairing mode. So let's go here to your app. We're going to go to Add Device, Searching. You can see very quickly. Here we go. It's found both devices, so we'll click here. And now I do want to again just mention that these are Bluetooth devices, so you'll notice they connected directly to the app without having to verify any of the Wi-Fi information. And the reason for that, again, is because these are Bluetooth devices. So they are now connected to your app via Bluetooth So you can use any of your mobile devices that have the Linkstyle app to connect to these devices when in Bluetooth range. So you'll see here, Afra Indoor 1, Afra Indoor 2. Let's go into number 1 first, which I think this is number 1. Now you'll notice what you can see there is your humidity and the temperature. The default setting for the temperature is Celsius. If you do prefer Fahrenheit, simply push this small button right there, and you'll see as soon as you press it, that turns to Fahrenheit. Again, as soon as you press the button, Celsius. Press it again, Fahrenheit. Okay? So let's put plate cover number 1 now that we have it in the proper setting, just like so. Let's go to number 2 now. And again, you'll see it's got Celsius. Humidity is at 0 because we did not have it in a potted plant. The previous one did show 100% briefly because I was holding it in the palm of my hand, just like so. We will go over the timing for the data also, so that's something that we'll review shortly. Before I move on, I do want to remind everyone, so there is a discount code available also for all of these products. It's for 20% off, and that will be available, I believe, through next weekend. Let me make sure here really quickly for you. Yes, so the discount code for 20% off is valid from today until May 23rd. And again, the products are shipped from California. We do have these available through Amazon shipping, so they are received within, I believe it's 2 to 3 days if you order it. But we also ship directly from our warehouse if you order from us, and we ship Monday through Friday, and we ship from California. Now that we have the devices added, we have the settings the way we want, so we're going to leave number 2 at Celsius and number 1 at Fahrenheit. Now let's see the data. So again, now that we have them connected, we're close to the devices. Bluetooth range is about 30 to 50 feet, so we can go in here and we will be getting data. Okay, so this is sensor number 1. So I have number 1 here in my hand. Let's see how long it takes for the data to refresh. So I'm going to set this timer, and then I'm going to hold this in my hand completely for the reading. Now obviously the temperature won't change as much. The temperature is not read from the stake, but you can see right there, 20 seconds, and I started the timer before I held it in my hand. So the data refresh is actually very quick. And if I leave it out, and we can start the timer again. And we can do this on both devices, but we'll just do it for one. I just want to confirm this refresh rate so that you'll know and have confidence that when you use your products, you will be getting the most up-to-date data. Battery here. 45 seconds, it's refreshed. So between 20 and 45 seconds for the refresh rate. I believe that's a good valid time for when you're getting your information. So yeah, hope everyone is happy with that. What else do we see here within Bluetooth range? If you click on this graph, so now we can see how the temperature has, or this is the humidity, excuse me, how that's fluctuated throughout the day. And you can do it also by month. We haven't had this plugged in for the month. And also, of course, by year. Temperature, same type of data. You can see here in the morning, it was getting very warm. We turned on the AC in the afternoon, temperature has dropped. It's gone slightly up again but again, you can see by day, month, and year. All very important data points. Let's say, sometime in the morning, your plant's temperature is always very high because it's in a window. For example, if you have a plant that doesn't need direct sunlight like that and it's getting too hot for the plant, you'll be able to see that with the information here on the graph. Or if you're not watering enough, you'll be able to see here on the graph, for example, if the humidity shoots up and then all of a sudden it goes down very quickly, then you'll have an indication that maybe you're not watering the plant enough. Maybe there's too much airflow where your plant is. Or if your humidity stays high for a very long period of time, then you'll know that maybe your plant needs more airflow, or maybe it needs less water. Of course, this will be more apparent if things like aphids show up, or if you have drooping in your leaves, then you'll know that there's just too much water, or there's just something wrong with your plants. This just gives you another way of tracking that information. Okay, so again, the humidity is derived from the stake. So when you have the stake planted, that's where the humidity comes from. The temperature is derived from this upper unit here. So it's a general area for the temperature of where your plant is. So once you bury it like so, the temperature will be the area here. The humidity will be what's being read from the stake in the soil. So just to clarify that, it does not give the temperature of the actual soil, and although humidity is generally a term for the water in the air, in this case it's referring to the water in the soil that's read by this stake. And as you can see here, so when planting the Afra, the best placement is to make sure the whole stake is buried, but not the plastic. So you just want to go up to the very bottom, I don't know if you could see that there, of where the plastic and the stake meet, and that's just far enough. And we could see here, so this is already refreshed for what we've planted. So the humidity in this particular pot is 32%, and the area temperature is 72.9 degrees, which it does feel like a good balmy 72.9 degrees in this room. I do want to mention the other reason you don't want to bury the plastic portion is that the device is not fully waterproof. Again, as we saw in step 1, this is where the batteries are kept. This is also where the electrical components are stored. So you don't want to bury it all the way to prevent moisture from going inside. Also, when you water your plants, you want to make sure to water away from the sensor, or take out the sensor and then you can place it back in your plant. Okay, so I hope that's clear for everyone. And again, all of these readings are available directly on the app when in Bluetooth range. So if you were to leave home, these readings would not be apparent. Another thing is you can set automations, but let's try to set an automation when just in Bluetooth mode. So to do that, you go to the DIY section of the app, which is here. Go to Create Scene. And what we want to have is a notification when your device status changes. So we'll do the Afra one. And in this case, we'll do humidity because it's a little bit easier to control the humidity. And we want to do is greater than, let's say 80%. And you go next. And what we wanted to do is send a notification in the message center. Now what that means is sending a notification in the app. So you would have to be logged into the app, and then the app would send you a notification. Now let's save it. We have to name it. We will name it Friday. Yay. All right. Now you'll see here, gateway is not connected, failed to save the linkage rule. So again, this is a Bluetooth device. So when connected directly to Bluetooth, it is not able to send out messages, because to do that, you need a Wi-Fi protocol or a Zigbee protocol. So the device that has that is the Linkstyle Nexo hub. So again, if you try this like we just did without the hub, you will get that error message. But let's go ahead and connect this hub and then test that again and see what the difference is. So let's first plug in the hub. So I'm going to get this plugged in here and set this up right here. I just happen to have a handy plug here. So let's get this plugged in. Now you can see it's lighting up. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this operation. Go back to reset this hub. Okay, so the hub is now in pairing mode. Oops. So you want to go back to devices, add device. Searching, searching, searching. Ooh. Let's try this again. There we go. So now we have our gateway. If you get that message at all during the setup, all you have to do is hold the reset button and it will add. So here we go, we're adding the Wi-Fi. So now you'll see there it requested the Wi-Fi password and, it requested the Wi-Fi and the password. When adding any of these devices to your Wi-Fi, you want to ensure you're using a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Otherwise it won't work properly. We do have a separate video indicating exactly what that does. If you do run on a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, most routers now have the dual protocol, so you can switch between 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So you can set this up on the 2.4 and then have no issue still running your other devices on your 5 gigahertz. For example, if you're running a business and your security system uses 5 gigahertz, you definitely don't want to change that. Alright, so now that it's adding the hub, and this is taking a few seconds here. Again, it does it over Wi-Fi, so it can take a little bit longer with the hub versus just the Afra, because with the Bluetooth it just has a faster connection. Uh-oh, we had an issue here. Failed to connect to the router. Okay, give me 1 second here, everybody. Not sure why that's happening. This would be a good time to mention again on the box, it does have our contact information, so if you do need any help with setup, we are available by email or phone. Always happy to help with any issues that you have. We do have a warranty on all the products as well, so if you do need any replacement, we're happy to provide a replacement. I am a bit far from the router right now, so that might be what's causing the issue, but we will find out in a second here. If I just move these a little bit more this way, that'll help. Or if I open the door. Okay, now we have less obstruction. Just open the door. Now it's just a waiting game. Oh, failed again. That is a problem. Okay, 1 second, everyone. We will get this sorted out here momentarily. Let's try this again. If this doesn't work, we may have to change locations and get right next to the router. We do recommend whenever you set up your devices, you are right next to the router, which we're not doing right now, so that might be what's causing this issue. So let's move to where the router is and try this again. Okay, let's take a field trip, everyone. Uh-oh, why is it ending? Did you end it?
No.
Whoa, what's happening? Crap. What just happened? Did I push something?
Let me see if I can watch the live stream.
Fuck.
Of course that fucking happens right now.
Yeah, the live ended. Yeah, and then the Wi-Fi wasn't working. Wi-Fi's failing or what?
Yeah, it looks like it ended.
Can we start it again, or that's going to be an issue now?
Oh, I'm not familiar with the Amazon live
I'm not
stream
either.
tools.
So let me delete this video very quick.
And then it wouldn't connect. Oh my god.
Maybe we have to start over.
Well, let me download
Probably.
this one for now. Wait, send to opening Chrome. Okay, so let's restart it. That's fine. But like this video, the beginning part